Many people believe that U.S. immigration decisions are only about documents and forms, but the real story is much deeper. Behind every application, there is a system that works on priorities, risk evaluation, and long-term policy goals. Understanding this reality can completely change how applicants see delays and silence. One of the most important things to understand today is that immigration officers do not look at cases emotionally. They follow internal frameworks that are rarely explained publicly. These frameworks decide which cases move first, which are paused, and which require additional review. This is why two similar cases can move at very different speeds. Another reality is that immigration processing is not continuous. It happens in waves. Certain periods see faster movement, while others slow down significantly. Applicants often assume the system works daily at the same pace, but in reality, workload distribution changes constantly. Many applicants panic when they see no updates for months. However, silence is often part of standard processing. Files can remain untouched publicly while internal checks continue quietly. This creates frustration, but it does not automatically signal a problem. A growing issue today is unrealistic expectations. Social media has created the illusion that approvals should happen quickly. People see success stories without context and believe delays mean failure. This mindset causes stress and poor decision-making. Another factor influencing immigration timelines is internal security screening. These reviews vary by individual history, travel records, and background checks. Two applicants with identical paperwork can experience different review durations because these checks are personalized. Applicants also underestimate how much policy interpretation affects cases. Even when laws remain the same, internal guidance can shift. Officers may apply rules more strictly or cautiously depending on current priorities. One mistake many people make is trying to fix a normal delay. They file multiple inquiries, change lawyers unnecessarily, or submit duplicate applications. These actions often complicate cases instead of speeding them up. Financial pressure during long waits is another reality rarely discussed. Application fees, renewals, and legal costs add up. Applicants who plan for extended timelines experience less stress and make better decisions. Immigration also tests emotional stability. Being in a state of uncertainty affects confidence, motivation, and future planning. Successful applicants are those who continue building their lives instead of putting everything on hold. Another truth is that immigration outcomes are not influenced by urgency alone. Having a strong, complete, and accurate application matters more than speed. Quality outweighs timing. Applicants should focus on what they can control. Keeping documents updated, monitoring official sources, and responding promptly to requests increases stability during the process. It is also important to remember that delays do not reduce the value of approval. A case approved after waiting has the same legal strength as any fast approval. Waiting is not a weakness, it is part of the process. The immigration system is not designed to be fast, it is designed to be controlled. Understanding this changes expectations and reduces fear. If you are currently waiting, remember that progress is not always visible. Silence does not mean denial, and patience is not wasted time. Immigration is a long journey, not a quick transaction. This channel exists to explain reality without creating panic. Staying informed, calm, and prepared is the strongest strategy in today's U.S. immigration environment. As applicants move deeper into the immigration process, many begin to notice patterns that are rarely discussed. One of these patterns is how cases are grouped and reviewed in batches rather than individually. This batching system explains why multiple applicants receive updates around the same time, while others wait without movement. Another reality is that immigration processing is influenced by internal workload balancing. When one office becomes overloaded, cases are quietly transferred to another location. These transfers are often invisible to applicants and can temporarily slow progress without indicating any issue. A major source of confusion is case status terminology. Words like review, pending, or actively being reviewed do not reflect daily action. They simply describe a stage in a long sequence. Understanding this prevents unnecessary panic. Applicants also misunderstand the role of inquiries. While inquiries are allowed, excessive requests can slow communication rather than speed it up. Immigration systems are not designed for frequent status checks from applicants. Another factor affecting timelines is document expiration. Passports, medical exams, and police certificates have validity periods. When documents expire during long waits, officers may pause processing until updated information is provided. Policy interpretation continues to evolve even when laws remain unchanged. Officers receive updated guidance that may affect how cases are reviewed. This does not mean standards become unfair, but it does mean scrutiny levels shift. Another overlooked reality is that approvals are not issued continuously. They are often released in groups after internal reviews are completed. This creates periods of silence followed by sudden movement. Applicants who focus only on outcomes often miss the importance of preparation. Staying organized, tracking dates, and understanding requirements reduces stress when action is needed. It is also important to avoid emotional burnout. Constantly checking updates, comparing timelines, and consuming rumors increases anxiety. Taking breaks from immigration-related content improves mental clarity. Immigration success is rarely about shortcuts. Those who attempt to bypass processes often face delays or complications. Stability comes from compliance and patience. Long waiting periods test adaptability. Applicants who continue education, career development, and personal growth during the wait are better prepared regardless of outcome timing. Another truth is that delays often reflect system limitations, not personal issues. Staffing, resources, and national priorities influence timelines more than individual effort. Understanding this reality shifts focus from frustration to strategy. Applicants who accept uncertainty and plan accordingly maintain control. Immigration is not just a legal process, it is a psychological journey. Managing expectations is as important as submitting documents. As the system continues to evolve, informed patience remains the strongest approach. Progress happens, even when it is not visible.